Tidyverse is one of the most useful packages that I've found for RStudio. And really, it's not just one package. It's a collection of several different packages that all work well together and complement each other. They have common representations and design, so you're not getting function names that overlap. It includes functions and packages for importing, tidying, manipulating, visualizing, and more. I find that I use it on a regular basis, and I'm sure you will too. In this video, I'll show you how to get Tidyverse installed. We'll look at some of its features, some of the core packages. We'll show you some functions to help you maximize the use of Tidyverse. Before we get started, take a second to hit that subscribe button so this video can reach out to other new R users. I really appreciate your support and thank each and every one of you for watching the videos. Let's go ahead and get started on installing Tidyverse. RStudio always gives us more than one way to get things done. It's one of the things I love about RStudio. In a prior video, I've already gone through the installation process for packages. So if you're not familiar with that, go ahead and take a look at that video. I'll put a link in the description that shows several different ways that you can install packages. In this video, we're just going to be working in the console. So you can see I've got a fresh session of R open here. So we are going to do install. You can see we have predictive text here. It's going to prompt us, and we'll do Tidyverse. And I'm in the console. I just have to hit enter. And we get an error here. There's a reason for that. Let's try that again. Install packages. We need to put Tidyverse in quotes. If we don't do that, we will get that Tidyverse not found. We'll run that. It's going to install that package. I've already had it installed, so we're going to see that happen very quickly here. For you guys, that install process might take longer because, like I said earlier, Tidyverse is a collection of multiple packages, and it's going to install those packages that are dependencies or cores when it installs the Tidyverse package. So if you don't have any of those installed, it's going to install those during this process. If you have some, it will skip over those and the process will be faster. Once you get the open caret down here in the console, you'll know that the install has completed. And if you want to check to make sure, you can click on packages. In the search field, you can type Tidyverse, and we can see that it's been installed there. We can also just library the package. We'll do library, Tidyverse. And here you can see it attached all these core packages when we loaded Tidyverse. So we've got those 9 packages that load, and then it shows us there's some conflicts with some other packages. The dplyr functions named filter and lag conflict with the filter and lag functions from the stats package. I don't use the stats package, so that's fine. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the packages that are part of the Tidyverse. Since we've loaded Tidyverse, we can do that by doing Tidyverse _ packages and enter. These are all the packages that are part of the Tidyverse. You may not use all of these. Most people just use those core packages on a regular basis. Some of these others you might use less frequently, but you might be using Read Excel, Google Drive, HMS. You might be using some of those less frequently, but those all play nicely with the rest of the Tidyverse. Now you can see that in the core packages, let me just maximize this one. In the core packages, we have ggplot2. So if you're doing data visualizations, most likely you're using ggplot2. So you can just load Tidyverse and it will load ggplot2 at the same time. If you're working with dates, you're probably going to want to load the lubridate package. And that too now loads with the Tidyverse. That's relatively new. It didn't always load as one of the core packages. But anybody using dates, you're probably going to be using the lubridate package, maybe Zoo or HMS, but I find lubridate to be one of the most useful. Dplyr, tidyr, probably going to be using those. Those are great packages for manipulating data, tidying data, and working with your data before you start doing your visualizations. Now, if you want to see more of the dependencies or some of the conflicts, you can look up some code for that. One of the easiest ways is clicking on the Packages tab. You click on Tidyverse, it takes you right to the Help menu. And here you can see some of the base commands in Tidyverse to get you more information on Tidyverse, or to take you to their website for more information on using the Tidyverse. But let's take a look at a couple of these commands. First one I want to look at is Tidyverse _ sitrep. Now this is an interesting function. It's going to tell us all the current versions of all the packages. So we've got R and RStudio, the latest versions that Tidyverse has been updated for. So it's running on RStudio 2023.12.1.402 and R4.3.3. You can see here I'm running R4.3.3. If you want to check on your RStudio, you can click on About and see which build that we're on. We're on build 402. This matches here right away. And then we can see what all the core packages are. Now, if you want to update those or see what needs to be updated, Tidyverse has another function for that. We have Tidyverse _update. These packages are out of date, and it tells us exactly what to do to update those. So we're going to start a clean session. We're going to do that by going to the session menu. We're going to either do new session or restart R. Going to restart R. What that does, that uninstalls or unloads any packages that have been loaded for this session. So Tidyverse isn't loaded any longer. Now we can just copy this line, Control C for copy, Control V to paste, and enter, and it will install those packages now and update them. We're back to the caret. Those have been successfully updated. We can check that. First, we need to library Tidyverse because we started that new session. And library it. You can see it's reloaded, and now we can do Tidyverse update, enter. All Tidyverse packages are up to date. So that's how to check on Tidyverse. Make sure it's updated, install it your first time, and get started running Tidyverse. Hope this was beneficial for you guys. Please hit that like button if it was helpful. And if you have any comments or questions, please post those in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.